Life is full of moments that test our strength, our faith, and our ability to keep going when everything inside us wants to give up. There will be seasons of pain, uncertainty, and frustration, times when the weight of the world feels unbearable, when the answers don't come, and when the path ahead seems impossible to walk. But hear this today. Your struggle is not the end of your story. It's easy to trust when life is good, when everything is falling into place, and when doors open effortlessly. But real trust is built in the moments when nothing makes sense, when you're standing in the middle of the storm with no clear direction, and you're left wondering if you have the strength to make it through. It's in those moments that you have to remind yourself that just because you can't see the way forward doesn't mean there isn't one. Just because you don't feel strong doesn't mean strength isn't rising within you. And just because things are hard now doesn't mean they'll stay that way forever. The most powerful breakthroughs come after the greatest battles. The stories that inspire the world are not the ones where everything came easy, but the ones where people stood in the face of adversity and refused to quit. You were not created to break under pressure. You were not meant to live in defeat. You have been given the ability to rise, to endure, and to overcome. Even when everything around you is telling you otherwise, some of the most beautiful transformations happen in the dark. A seed doesn't grow in the sunlight. It grows in the dirt, buried where no one can see it, pushed down and covered. But what looks like an ending is really the beginning of something new. Growth is happening, strength is being built, and in time, what was once hidden will break through the surface. So don't give up now. Don't let the weight of the moment convince you that this is where your story ends. Hold on. Keep believing even when you don't feel like it. Keep walking even when the road is hard. Keep trusting even when you don't understand. There is more for you on the other side of this, and one day you'll look back and realize that this battle was the very thing that shaped you into the person you were always meant to be. Life has a way of pushing us to the edge, testing our patience, and making us question everything we once believed. It's easy to trust when the sun is shining, when the path is clear, and when life unfolds the way we hoped. But what happens when the storm rolls in? What happens when the doors that were supposed to open remain shut? What happens when you're left waiting, wondering, and wrestling with the silence? That's when real trust is formed, not in comfort, but in uncertainty. It's in those moments of doubt, when fear whispers that you're alone, that you must hold on even tighter. You may not see a way forward right now, but that doesn't mean there isn't one. You may not understand why things are happening the way they are, but that doesn't mean there isn't a greater purpose unfolding. Trust is not about having all the answers. It's about believing that even in the unknown, you are being led somewhere greater than you could ever imagine. There is strength in surrender, not in giving up, but in choosing to believe that even when life is unpredictable, you are not lost. You are still being guided even when you don't see the way. You are still being prepared even when you don't understand the process. Every delay, every detour, and every disappointment has a purpose far beyond what you can see right now. Don't let the hardship convince you that you are forgotten. Don't let the waiting make you believe that nothing is happening. The most powerful transformations take place when we least expect them. Even when you feel like nothing is moving, something is shifting. Even when you feel weak, resilience is growing within you. What you are walking through today is not meant to destroy you, it's meant to strengthen you for what's coming next. So hold on a little longer. Keep walking even when the path is unclear. Keep believing even when you feel like giving up. This moment, this struggle, this season, it is not your final destination. One day you will look back and realize that this was the chapter that made you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the incredible things ahead. There are moments when life feels as if it's written in a language of struggle, and every setback whispers that this chapter might be the last. Yet, even in the darkest hours, remember that every trial you face is a crucial part of your journey, not its conclusion. The hardships you endure are like the weight that molds a sculpture. They press you, refine you, and ultimately reveal the strength and beauty hidden within. It's not the permanence of your pain, but rather the impermanence of the storm that defines your path. Each challenging day is merely a stepping stone that prepares you for brighter tomorrows. Even when the burden feels overwhelming, take heart in the knowledge that this period of struggle is just one moment in the vast narrative of your life. a narrative filled with transformation, growth, and hope. Just as a seed must be encased in the darkness before it can break through into the light, your trials are the fertile ground from which your most remarkable self will emerge. Embrace each difficulty as an opportunity to learn resilience, to cultivate inner strength, and to trust that every twist and turn is leading you towards a future more extraordinary than you could ever imagine. Your story is still unfolding, and the best chapters are yet to come. Every struggle you face carries within it the seed of transformation. When life feels like a battle, when every step forward is met with resistance, and when the weight of hardship threatens to break you, remember this. Breakthroughs are born in the moments when giving up feels like the only option. The strongest warriors are not those who have never known pain, but those who have walked through the fire and refused to let it consume them. It's easy to believe that difficulty means you are failing, that delays mean you have been forgotten, or that closed doors mean you are not worthy. But what if the struggle is not a sign of failure but preparation? What if the pain is not punishment but refinement? What if this battle is the very thing shaping you for the blessing that's coming next? Growth is never comfortable, and strength is never built in ease. Every storm you endure teaches you resilience, patience, and the ability to stand firm even when everything around you tells you to fall. The greatest stories of triumph were written in the ink of perseverance. The moments when you feel like you are at your breaking point are often the moments right before your greatest breakthrough. When the pressure increases, it's not a sign to surrender, it's a sign that something powerful is about to be revealed. The hardest battles create the most inspiring victories. The pain you feel today will become the strength you carry tomorrow. The lessons you learn in this season will be the wisdom that guides you into the next. So don't quit. Don't let exhaustion make you believe that this is where your story ends. You are closer than you think to something extraordinary. Keep pushing, keep believing, and keep moving forward, because beyond this struggle lies a victory that will make every hardship worth it. Some of the most profound transformations happen in silence, in darkness, in the hidden places where no one is watching. When life feels heavy, when the road ahead seems unclear, and when it feels like nothing is moving in your favor, remember this. Growth is still happening. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not real. Some of the most beautiful changes take place beneath the surface, beyond the reach of our understanding, in the quiet moments when we feel lost and forgotten. A seed is buried deep in the soil, pressed under the weight of the earth, hidden from the world. But beneath that darkness, something powerful is happening. Roots are stretching, strength is forming, and the foundation is being laid for something greater. The seed doesn't resist the process. It trusts that even in the depths there is purpose. And then when the time is right, it pushes through, breaking the surface, reaching for the light. The struggle, the waiting, the pressure, it was never meant to destroy it, only to prepare it for the bloom. You are no different. The challenges you face are not burying you. They are planting you. The waiting is not wasted, and the silence is not empty. Every unseen battle, every tear shed in solitude, every silent prayer whispered in frustration is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. You may not feel it now, but strength is taking root within you, endurance is growing, faith is deepening. So don't rush the process, and don't lose hope just because you don't see instant results. Trust that even in this season of waiting, something extraordinary is unfolding. One day you'll look back and realize that the moments that felt like darkness were actually the moments that built your light. Keep going, keep trusting. The growth you can't see today will one day become the strength that carries you into everything you were destined to be. When the weight of life presses down on you, when exhaustion whispers that you have nothing left to give, and when every effort feels like it ends in failure, the temptation to quit becomes louder. But in that moment, when everything in you is ready to surrender, remember this: quitting is not an option. This battle may be hard, but it is not the end of your story. Strength is not found in an easy road, but in the choice to keep walking even when the path is uncertain. It's in the moments when doubt creeps in, when frustration takes hold, and when fear tells you that you will never make it, that you must stand firm. Not because you have all the answers, not because you can see the finish line, but because deep down you know that every struggle has a purpose. Every setback is a setup for something greater. Every closed door is redirecting you toward something better. There is power in perseverance. The most extraordinary victories belong to those who refuse to let their circumstances define them. The people who rise, who inspire, who change the world are not those who never struggled, but those who never gave up. They faced hardship, they wrestled with fear, they stumbled, they fell, but they got back up. They kept moving forward, even when progress felt invisible. They trusted that every difficulty was shaping them, every delay was teaching them, and every trial was strengthening them for the future ahead. So don't quit. Not today, not now, not ever. You may be tired, but you are not defeated. You may feel lost, but you are not forgotten. You may not see the way forward, but that doesn't mean there isn't one. Trust that even in this storm, something greater is unfolding. Keep believing, keep pushing, and keep walking, because your breakthrough is coming, and when it does, you'll realize that every hard day, every painful moment, and every time you wanted to quit was simply preparing you for the victory ahead. Life is not meant to be a straight, effortless path where everything falls into place without struggle. It is a journey filled with highs and lows, moments of clarity and moments of confusion, seasons of joy and seasons of pain. But no matter how difficult the road may seem, no matter how heavy the burdens may feel, one truth remains: you are stronger than you think, and you are never alone in this journey. The very struggles that make you want to quit are the same ones shaping you into the person you were always meant to be. The pain you feel today is not without purpose. The delays, the detours, the unanswered prayers, they're not signs of abandonment, but signs of preparation. Every great story of triumph begins with hardship, but those who refuse to quit are the ones who go on to inspire the world. So when life knocks you down, rise again. When fear tells you to stop, move forward anyway. When doubt whispers that you are not enough, remind yourself that you were built to endure, to rise, and to overcome. Even if you can't see the full picture yet, trust that the pieces are coming together in ways beyond your understanding. One day you will look back on this season and realize that the struggle was never meant to break you. It was meant to build you. The strength, the resilience, the wisdom you are gaining in these hard moments will carry you into a future greater than you ever imagined. Until then, hold on, keep believing, and walk forward with courage. The best days of your life are still ahead, and you are being prepared for something extraordinary. Keep going, keep trusting, keep standing strong, because your story is far from over.